Hey guys, what's up? Shin0555 here, coming at you again with another how to draw video. And today's video we're going to be drawing Coco from Crash Bandicoot. And this was requested by Mario Hacks. I know I did Coco before on the channel, so I guess this is like a let's redraw. So we're just drawing Coco again. It's been a while. And Coco's a cool character. I don't mind drawing her. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. But before we begin, remember to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I really do appreciate that. And, yeah, without further ado, let's get our pencils ready and let's jump in. Alright guys, so to start drawing Coco here, what we're going to do is draw a nice, decent sized circle. Something about that big should be alright. And then right underneath we could get like another circle right here, and then another one right about here. And then what we do is get kind of like a shape that looks something like this, almost like a bell type shape. And I guess if you want to draw kind of like a line going down the middle of it too. And then for her arm here, we can get like a little circle for where her shoulder's going to be. And then this arm's just going to go down and over like this. We're getting a nice little circle for her hand, and the arm's going to go down here like that. And yeah, it's pretty much good. I guess you can do a nice big oval with like a line going this way for her hair, and maybe like another oval like that going out. But that is pretty much it for the gesture here. So I'm going to zoom in. And how we're going to start with her face is we're going to draw some crosshairs. They'd be kind of on an angle like this, and go down like this, so she's kind of like looking up and like this way. But once you get that down, we can draw in her nose. So her nose is going to be right about here, and just a nice little curve line like this, and then just like a little, almost like a little triangle or like a U right underneath it. And you can shade all this in black. And now that we got that done, what I'm going to do is very lightly gesture in the muzzle here. So it's going to be this little curve line that goes up and then down right about here. And then it's going to go out. And then kind of wrap around like this. But to keep it light, again, we're going to erase some of it. So once we got that down, we can actually get her in her head shape. So what we're going to do is kind of like follow this curve here. I'm keeping this all light too. We're going to curve in and then kind of go up and then around like this. And then kind of connect in there like that. But once we got that down, we could get in her eyes. So her eyes are these kind of big ovals right here and then here. And then once you got it spaced out correctly, what we can do here is draw in, or kind of just darken in this line here. This is actually a pretty good shape for it. So we got one good eye there. And now for this one, it's going to be a little bit straighter. And then go into the kind of oval shape there like that. But then once you got that down, what we could do here is thicken in this line by drawing a line that kind of hugs it. Like so. And you can shade all this in black. So just make this part of the eye a little bit thicker than the rest. And then it'll go out into a nice spike here, like that. Like so. And then we're going to do kind of the same thing over here. We're just going to kind of curve it around like this. Darken in this section right here. Get a nice little spike here. And then for the eyes themselves, it's going to just be this nice big kind of half circle right here. And then another one right here like that. And then we get some light reflections by drawing in a circle here and a tiny one there. Same thing here, big circle, little circle, and then you can just shade all this in black. Same thing here. Like so. And then now we could actually kind of do the head shape a little bit better. So we're going to start with a kind of like muzzle line right here. And I'm just going to refine it just a little bit. Like so. And then I'm just going to darken in this line here. Goes in. And then over to about there like that. And for her smile, it's just kind of like this curve line like this. And get a little line like that. And then a nice little line underneath there for her lip. And now we can zoom out here, and we can actually draw in her eyebrows too. They'd be these nice kind of curved lines like this, and go up and curve down like that. And then same thing over here, just a nice curved line going up and then down like that. And you could shade them in as well. Same thing here, like so. And now we could jump into kind of the flower she has on her head. So it's going to be right about here. And what I like doing is I just jump into it. So I'm going to do a curved line here like this. Then it's going to kind of round off, intersect the eyebrow there. And you get a shape that looks something like that. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. And then right here, what we're going to do is get a nice little half circle. And then here we're going to go out and go into like almost like a teardrop shape, like that. And then another one right here like that. And then we'll get a nice little bump right there. And that pretty much finishes off the flower there. And then from here we can kind of go into her first big kind of hair swoop. So it's going to start right about here. And it's just going to go out and then curve in to about here like this. And then starting a little bit before this line ends here, we're just going to go out and then down, go out, and then kind of curve up with the head like that. And then starting right here, you're going to get kind of like a swirl. Just be kind of like a swirl line like that. And then we'll also get another hair piece here, which is just going to start right about here, kind of curve in like this, and then go into kind of like another swirl spike thing here. It's going to go out, over, and then in like so. And then kind of the same thing here. We're going to draw this shape, but we are going to draw it kind of more head on. So the way you do that is you kind of just do a spike here like this. So you get like a spike. Then it's going to go out and then curve in and then up right about there. And then here we'll just get a curve line curving up right about there. And then just to finish it off, we'll draw in our headband, which is a curve line that goes here. And then another one there like that. And then you just kind of connect this line into the headband line there. Kind of erase the overlap. And we'll erase this part too, like so, just to clear things up. So here we got that spike here going around, over and up, and another one here like that. So that's pretty good. And now we could get in her ear, but we're going to save this part of the hair because it kind of like intersects with her I guess we can do it. So we're going to do her ear. It's going to be right here. It's going to be like this little oval. And basically all you're going to do is draw a line going out, kind of curve it around it in like that. And then here, you're just going to draw a little curve line like so. And that's pretty much her ear. And now we're going to zoom out a little bit and start here. And what we're going to do is you basically get like this big oval here like that. And then it goes down to like a little curve line. So to draw this in, what you're going to do is draw a nice curve line that goes over, kind of follows that oval shape till we get about here. Then it's going to go down and then into that little curve like that. And then here it's going to go out, up, and then it gets real thin right about here before going up and then over like that. So that's pretty much it for her head. Now we can get her body. And we're going to start with her neck here, which her neck is super simple. It's just 2 lines going down here and then here like that. And then you got a little line cutting across here that you could shade in for like a little shadow under her neck. Does make it pop out a little bit more. But basically what we're going to do is gesture in the body a little bit better. So the shoulder is going to be a little bit more down here. And then we're going to get like the sleeve and then the arm's going to go across like that. And I'm going to just jump into the sleeve here. So basically what I want to do is get like a nice oval shape like this. And then from there, we're going to just draw a line curving up like this, and then kind of over like that. And then this line is just going to be a nice little curve line like that. And then here, what we're going to do is get a nice curve line right about here, like so. And then here, we're going to get a line bumping up over and then down right here. It's going to curve into kind of where like the sleeve is here. And then right here we're going to get a nice little circle for like the button. And then a little bit of a kind of added design. You can draw like a hatched line going up here like this. Like so. And then once we get that down, we can kind of gesture in the rest of her body here. So I like doing kind of like her bust first, so it'd be right about here. And again, I'm doing a gesture, just kind of getting the body shape here, so I'm doing it light. And it's going to go over, kind of go in. You're going to get like a little bit of a dip here like this before going up like that. And then here, the pants are pretty simple. They kind of just go out here like this. There's a little bit of a gap in between. Then there's like a line here that goes down, kind of in and over, and kind of curves up, and then goes in like that. So you should get something that looks like that, but now we're going to refine the shapes a little bit more since we got kind of more of an idea of where everything's going to be. So what I'm going to do is draw in her arm. So her arm's going to start right about here. And you basically break it down into like almost like an oval here and then like an oval here, like so. But now we're going to refine the shape. So we're going to start here like this and just darken in this line. And then here we're going to just go over and then down like that. And starting right about here, we're just going to go over and then up like so. And I'll even erase a lot of the guidelines here because it's getting a little bit messy to look at. So we're going to darken in the sleeve again, and the arm's just going to go down, over, and then down like this. Line going over, and then up like so. That's pretty much it for her arm. And now we'll get this arm in. So this arm's going to be like this nice oval for where her hand's going to be. And then it's going to go out like this. So you get almost like a diamond type shape. But we're going to refine it a little bit. Soften it up. So I'm going to start right about here and draw a little curve line like this. Curve down. Kind of wrap around here like this. And this is where you kind of get that diamond shape. But I'm going to just round it off a lot more as it goes up here like that. And then here simply we're just going to draw a line going up, over, across, over, and then into that shape. Like so. And I'll get the good eraser for this. And then we'll redraw this in. So a nice little curve line that goes down, over, kind of getting that diamond shape before it goes up, over, and across. Like so. And now that that's done, right around here we could kind of draw like an oval. So it'll be right about here. Like so. And then you just see a little bit of it going up right about here. And then we can get in her kind of bust line. It'll be getting kind of intersected with this before going down like that. And then here we'll just kind of go up to about there. And then we get another line right here too. And then we get the collar of our shirt, which is a line going down here like that. So you get like a nice little like V shape. And also, you could shade in like the inside of the sleeves black too. Does make the picture look a little bit better. Then we got that done. We could start on this line and draw a nice little curve line going over and then down like that for her overalls. And you can erase that little intersection right there as well. And now we're going to go over here and kind of refine this shape a little bit more and actually make her legs a little bit longer. So they're going to go down to about, I'd say here, like this much. Like that. I'll even erase the smaller steps. But this is pretty much good. So this is actually a really good gesture that we got. So I'm just going to go into detail. So we're going to start right from like the elbow here. And basically just draw this kind of L line. So it's going to go down and then over like this. Kind of go out a little bit more. And then we're going to get the top of our shirt here, which is kind of similar to this shape. It's going to go over and around like this. Then we'll get a little curve line here for her like pants. And then this line's going to go out and then just kind of curve in like so. And I'll erase the, kind of clean it up a little bit. Like that. And you could actually shade in that part as well. And now for the pants are rather easy. So all you really need to do is start right about here and just draw a line going over and then down like this. And then here it's just going to start with a nice kind of big swoopy curve line like so as it goes down here. And then it kind of goes into like a point. So it goes over like this, kind of over, and then this just connects in to there like that. And then this one, it's going to start right about here. Just kind of curve over. This one does have kind of like a little bit of a fold. So it's going to stop right about there. And then you're going to start with a curve line there like that. And then a curve line down, over, and then in like that. And I'm just going to kind of erase here, just keep it clean. And now we could get her, she has like a belt. I don't even know what you call this, like a chain thing, like a swoop here. But basically what you're going to do is right around the arm, draw a nice little curve line like this. And then starting right here, you're going to draw a curve line that starts very close to this line and then goes out a little bit further, kind of over and then up like this. And then starting right here, you're just going to draw another little curve line going in like so. And I guess if you want to, you can kind of shade this part in black as well. And then one last little detail that we can get in here is that kind of like hatched line that we did up here. We're going to do the same thing right here. Just following the pant leg, going down like so. And then last thing is her feet, which are just these nice little kind of nubs. Like that. You get one here, and then one there like that. But that is pretty much how you draw Coco from Crash Bandicoot. I'll erase, move all the pencil shavings. So this is pretty much the sketch that we needed to get done. And again, you can erase any overlap that we got going on here. Clean it up. But that is what the inked version's for. So I will show you guys, this is the sketch that we just did. I will put the inked version I did up here. So you get kind of a nice look at both of them. And I'll move the light here so you can get more light on that one. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much how you draw Coco from the Crash Bandicoot storyboard art. Hopefully I got the right one. But thank you again, Mario Hacks, for the request. I do appreciate it. If you guys have requests, feel free to leave that in the comment section below. I do take them, and then just tune in on Sundays when I make a drawing video, and hopefully yours pops up. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, thanks, bye. Later.